Hey everyone, it's Issy. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my experience of medical school so far after being there for a full term. And I'm going to tell you what things are like now and just sort of tell you how things are going to be, well, what my plans are anyway for 2021. Whew. If you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am a first year medical student at the University of Warwick, and I started this channel to document my journey through medicine, to document my life. So I guess you could say this is my diary. This is my video diary. So if you're interested and if you like what you're hearing, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn your notifications on so you know when my new content is coming. Let's get started. So now I've finished a whole full term at medical school. I've done 2 blocks. The first block was health, metabolism and homeostasis. And the second block was to do with the heart and lungs. And now I've started term 2 and I'm doing stuff on the brain. My honest opinion and impressions are that there is a lot of content. There's a lot of things to learn, man. Like, oh my days. I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of last term, especially the second block, just like I was overwhelmed. And especially like my physical health was doing higgy haga. I wasn't very motivated. So I spent a lot of that block just like, I'm not even gonna lie, I did not have a clue what was going on. I didn't. And the thing is though, before I came into medical school, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on top of things. I'm not. Like, that's just the honest truth. Last block, I was behind. And the thing is though, I'm the kind of person that wants to know every single detail. I'm hard on myself in that respect. And I've always wanted to know everything. I've always wanted to learn everything. But I've realised that with medicine, that's not realistic. Like, I'm not going to know everything to the T. There are some things I'm going to know better than others, and that's fine. But I spent a lot of last term, just trying to, like especially the first block, trying to learn things to the T, like, detail. But that doesn't make any sense when there's so much content. It's not an efficient way to learn. And that's one thing I've definitely learned, that it's better for me to know things like more like broad and less in depth than for me to know a few concepts in depth, because at the end of the day in the exam they're testing everything, and if I know only a few topics in depth, I don't think that's going to help me pass. It's been like a real eye-opener. I've learned a lot about myself in the first term. Another thing is the learning style has made it difficult. Most things last term were online, especially because in a lecture theatre, for example, you'd have like your friend or like one of your course mates sitting next to you, and when the lecturer says something and you don't even get it, you give each other the look and you're like, okay, it wasn't just me that was like, that doesn't understand. But like when I'm like on my laptop doing things in my own time, so the self-paced learning, and I'm watching a lecture and I'm confused, I start panicking in my head like, oh my gosh, I don't understand this, start freaking out a little bit. It makes the learning experience a little bit more difficult, but I'm trying to find ways around it. I message my friends and ask them for help as well, seeing if they understand it. There are things that I'm definitely like enjoying, especially with this blog, which is about the brain. Honestly, I'm finding it fascinating. I thought that this neuro stuff would I would find it boring and all that, but I actually don't. I actually think it's so interesting just learning about how everything works. Anyway, I'm not going to completely geek out right now, but I'm enjoying learning certain things. But there's some content that we have that I don't find particularly interesting. One mistake I'm making as well, was that like those certain like topics that I wasn't enjoying as much, I'd be like, oh, I'll do them at the end of the week. But then like when it gets to the end of the week, you're like, oh, you know, I've got the weekend now, let me just chill. And then the weekend comes in and before you know it, I've just not done those things. Even though I don't like certain topics and I don't find certain topics interesting, I have to do it and I have to make sure that I get through it and at least do the lecture and make some notes. I'm just being honest, I'm human. I'm gonna like some topics better than others. That's just it. That's just like my first impressions. In summary, a lot of content. Some things are so interesting, some things aren't. I'm trying to force myself to learn things I don't like. It's concepts that I'm not interested in, because it's very important, especially if I want to pass my exams and if I want to be a better doctor at the end of the day. You're not always going to be in comfortable situations, so I can't avoid things I don't like just because I don't like them. So far, overall, I'm not going to lie, I'm enjoying the journey, but there are some parts that I'm finding quite dull, and there are some parts that I'm really enjoying. And yes, there are times where I've been overwhelmed and just like not knowing what's going on. I'm not just a medical student. I've got other parts of my life going on as well. I've got to take care of myself as well, take care of my physical health, take care of my mental health. So I think that's one thing I'm learning, is that it's all about balance, man. We're learning all these things and I'm learning all this stuff, but at the end of the day, there's things that's going to get in the way. There's going to be obstacles. There's obstacles I definitely faced last block, and I fell behind, and then I just had to make my way around it. I had to take care of myself first and foremost. But so far, it's been a learning curve, and I've enjoyed learning everything that I have, and I'm enjoying this experience, and I'm so privileged, and I'm so happy that I'm here. I'm happy that I'm in med school. Even though it's not as I planned it, even though, no one could, not even me, no one could have planned for a pandemic. No one ever would have known in a million years that we would be facing a pandemic. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed that my family's okay, that everyone's healthy. When this pandemic is over and things can go as normal, then I can get a better teaching experience. This term has been quite different because we no longer have our once a week face-to-face teaching, and we don't have our clinical placement for this block. Last term, once a week we'd have face-to-face teaching, and we do clinical skills and we do anatomy as well. And this was actually quite a nice day because it was the one day in a week where we could meet other people in our cohort, socialize. That was the highlight of the week, because it was a day where I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm actually a medical student. It was a reminder that I'm a medical student and I wasn't just learning at home on my computer. But this term, because of how bad things are with COVID-19, and they've had to cancel it for this block, and to be honest, it's very understandable. And at the end of the day, we need to do what we can to get rid of this virus. As inconvenient as it is to not have face-to-face teaching, COVID is even more inconvenient. COVID is a massive issue. People are dying. Hopefully with vaccinations and with the measures put in place, we can get our face-to-face teaching, get some sort of normalcy back. To be honest, I found it quite difficult. I've been struggling with motivation. Everything's over Teams or Zoom or social media, and I feel like I'm just getting square eyes right now. I've resorted to going for walks and stuff whenever I can. To be honest, I've not been out for a while, so I think I actually might go for a walk tomorrow because it's actually not healthy. Gonna try and see if I can motivate myself to exercise as well. These are things I've got planned for this year. I did set myself some New Year goals, but I think the ultimate goal for me right now is just to take care of my well-being, try and keep on top of my work as much as I can to make sure that everyone around me is fine. That's really the fundamentals right there. I'm at home at the moment because there was no point of me going back to Cov because everything is now online. I really do like being at home at the moment because I'm with my family, there are people to talk to, and there's home food, rice, stew, chicken, eba, okra soup, egusi, everything is there when I need to eat. That is a big factor for me. It's just nice to go into the kitchen and chop food. I'm definitely struggling a bit with motivating myself now that I don't have that, once a week face to face, because that was one of the things that was keeping me going. That was my target of I need to at least do this before Friday. I need to at least do this before Friday. But now I don't have that, so I'm trying to find other ways to motivate myself. The things this year that I'm working on is definitely my productivity and my well-being. Sleeping pattern needs to be patterned because that was seriously affecting me last time. I just wasn't sleeping at the right time. I couldn't fall asleep early enough and wake up exhausted. Then because I've woken up late in the day, I then push myself to work later on in the day, meaning that I've now gone to bed late again, but now I need to get up early at 8:30 because I've got something at 9. It was just a cycle, and I just spent the day exhausted, and that meant I didn't get through much. But now I'm trying to see if I can go to bed at a certain time and get up at a certain time. That is definitely like a big goal for me. Bearing in mind, I'm not even going to tell you what time it is right now that I'm recording this video. But anyway, Issy, practice what you preach. I've also downloaded the Forest app. I've heard so much about the Forest app, but I never had it before. So I downloaded it. I think this is about 2 days ago now. So far I have 2 of my trees are dead, and I've got 1 live tree. So it's going okay, but I actually kind of like it because it documents how long I've been working for. And today I think I did 2 hours and, was it 2 hours and 55 minutes of work? I was doing Pomodoro. So I was doing 25 minutes on, 5 minutes break. My breaks, I was a bit cheeky with them, but still, like, I really like that, and I felt like I was more productive, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And today, yeah, I was looking at my timetable. It says that my exam season starts on the 7th of June. Oh my gosh. And I know it's like 6 months away, but time actually flies, especially when you're doing a degree. I don't know why, but it actually does. Like, time has gone by so quickly. Like, that first term went by like this. This term is going to go by like this. Before you know it, I'm going to be doing my exams and my OSCEs. So I need to like see if I can like get some sort of plan going and sort of look at how I'm going to start revising the concepts, because there's a lot of content, and I don't want to be that guy that's like the last 2 weeks trying to learn stuff from the first term, just not like, I don't want to do that. So when I was like just looking over some stuff from the last block, I just had no clue what was going on. So yeah, that's gonna have to be patterned. I got Anki last term and I started using it, and now I'm getting better at using it. So I'm making Anki cards for as many lectures as I can, and when I say as I can, not that many. So I'm definitely trying to catch up on that. So if you don't know what Anki is, it's basically like this software that you use, and you make revision cards on it, and then it has like spaced repetition. So you go through this Anki card a certain day, and if you get it right, it then spaces it. So the next time that you cover that revision card would be in 4 days, and then it spaces it out. So when you keep on seeing that information and trying to actively recall it, you're training your brain to remember it in the long term. And I'm starting to see the importance of it, especially with all of this content. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my plans for this year. Continue making videos on YouTube and documenting my journey, sorting out my sleep pattern, trying to find a way to revise the concepts for my exam, just like taking each day as it comes, really. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for listening to me vent and just express myself and like talk about my honest opinions of medical school so far. If you like these videos where I just talk and express myself, drop it in the comments below, and I'm happy to do more of these. And guys, if you have any ideas about content you'd like me to do in the future, drop it in the comments below as well, and I will get back to you. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you know my new content is coming. All the best, and see you in the next one.